Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are fine with the grace of Almighty Allah. This is the second video for the week second, lecture 3 and 4. Dear students, in the previous video, we just explained the professional ethics and also came to know that how professional ethics is important. In this video, we are going to study that what is a moral development, and number two, that how this moral development and professional ethics is necessary for you as being a computer professional, as an IT engineer, as a database expert, as a web developer, as a marketing officer, as a business promotion officer, or in any capacity of the computer sciences. Fine. Let's see what is the moral development. Moral development in Urdu is called ikhlaq. Clear? Moral development mean ikhlaqi tarakki, ikhlaq ki bulandi, ala ikhlaq, umda ikhlaq. This is called moral development in English. Well, there are certain debates in the world that the trace history says that Aristotle in the human history first time expressed about ethics in saying that ethics is the moral rules which govern the behavior of the human beings. Clear? That they are the moral rules, fine, that govern the behavior of the human beings. Number two, it means that ethics basically have different points. There are different sources of ethics. I'm just summing up this all. Morality and ethics are the same thing, and we are talking about the sources of ethics and the different explanation of morality and ethics. The very first thing I told you, that what Aristotle says, that a man is a social animal and he cannot live alone, and all the human beings living in a society has a social contract. Mean all the human beings living in one society are equal and they have to share responsibilities. They have rights and obligations to one another. This is called the concept of Aristotle. Second thing is that religions of the world, clear? Religions of the world, for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has expressed that all the people, all the human are the son of Adam, and Adam was born from the clay or mud, clear? And in last khutbah Hajjatul Wada, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that there is no difference between an Arabic over an Arabian over the non-Arabs and non-Arabs over the Arabs, a black skin over the white skin and the white skin over the black skin. The only difference and distinction between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who excels in good deeds is more respectable for the God Almighty. And similar thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that وَجَعَلْنَا شَعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا, that we have designed and created human beings as into clans and into different tribes, so that they may have some recognition, they may be they find recognition, but there is no proud on being a particular thing. Second thing is, some of the people think that moral development that ethics borns in the mind of a person. Clear? It is actually the thinking of one's own. Clear? If I'm good, I feel the others are good. Clear? If fine, this is, they say that the moral development, cognitive development means that the educationists, like the philosophers like Nietzsche, like philosophers like uh, say the very famous one Sigmund Freud, they they believed that, you have seen here the Sigmund Freud and others, they believe that the good deeds and good actions which have human being learned over time and time, fine, that is the mental mind development of this, fine. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in the Holy Quran that we have put both good and evil into the mind of a person, fine. Now it is up to the man that whatever he opts, clear, he if opts good, the good will become easier for him, but if he opts bad, the bad will become easier for him, fine. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in another ayah that uh, قد أفلح من تزكى وقد خاب من دساها قد أفلح من تزكاها وقد خاب من دساها, that the one person who has purified himself from the impurity, bad thinking, from greed, curse, from bad actions, clear, he is successful. Whereas the person who has opted the bad and became custodian of it and is staunchly embarked on that route, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that he is surely destroyed, fine. So this was the second concept, that the ethics is taught by the religion. Number three, ethics is also taught by the law, clear. All the law being made by different countries and departments, basically they are governing ethical rules. So sources of ethics is also the law. Third thing is, the sources of ethics is customs, rituals, culture. For example, all the good that you find in your parents, in your neighbors, in your locality, as at your village, clear, whenever there is a problem, when there is a disease, disorder, tension, hunger, famine, or anything, you find that the people come out of their houses, they give money to the poor people, they provide food, they provide shelter, they give clothing. This is what? It is a good thing, it's a moral behavior, and all it comes from the culture, from traditions, because it is our culture, it is our tradition, so it is another source. The third source I have told you about international statutes and other things, fine. Next, coming to the point, this one, that ethics is not just ethics, it applies on everything. Basically it's a branch of philosophy. It also covers economics, biology, political science, social sciences, culture, even on the science. And ethics is that do not build something which is aiming to destroy the human beings at the mass, which is do not build the biological weapons. For example, some people, the conspiracy theories nowadays, that the Americans or Chinese have hybrided, designed this COVID-19, the this fatal disease, and now for their own benefit. And same kind of allegation has been put on the Bill Gates about uh, creating or designing some objectionable vaccine. So what are they? It is where the science ethics, this ethics forbade you to try your mind, science, or uh, equipment or intelligence to destroy the man. There, that work, how it appears good, becomes wrong. And here is the hadith. The Holy Prophet ﷺ says, "Innamal a'malu binniyat," that the everything depends on the intention, the driving force, the motive the person have. Fine. So this is all about the ethics. Now coming to the ethics and the software engineering, that ethics deals that how a software engineer should deal with the public with honesty, integrity, with grace and others. Client and employer, that because he is a client and employer, the one where you work and you take the pay, and against this you have to perform your duty well. Clear? The product, for example, you have been being paid for designing an application, you should design the application with complete honesty, follow all the rules of the software engineering. Clear? Keep the safety and measures in the mind, and if there happens anything wrong and your boss is unaware, it is your responsibility to inform your boss and as well as your client. Judgment, maintain integrity and dependence in their professional judgment. Judgment means whatever you judge, you should judge it with honesty, and you should keep your eyes and mind open. However, sometimes it appears bad to the colleagues. Management, software engineers must manage good management, excel good management skills in developing and designing, so that the very project should be complete within the time. Number two, it should be completed according to the SOPs given, and it must be effective, clear, fine. Profession, he should also help out integrity and reputation of his profession. For example, uh, sometimes some professions are become very notorious. I would simply explain. For example, nobody praises police in Pakistan, not the lawyers. And similarly, in the recent phase, doctors are being as the same one, that they also make money. So this is the disgrace of the professions. How to express colleagues, that meet your colleagues with fair love, affection, and be sportive to them. And all these things have been expressed in this. I hope this that you have understood all these concepts. Thank you very much.